The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
All right, here it is. We're back on Turning Point. Let me catch everybody up to what's been going on the BDE. I took like this vacation that really wasn't a vacation. The fact of the matter is I've been sick as a dog from running around and doing all the things. And if you follow me on social media, you know I'm doing these things with all the stuff we're doing with Mad and my son's playing baseball again. So 7 and 8 year olds wear you out to no end. But this show is where I get to loosen up a little bit and we talk one of my favorite things, and that's wrestling. So this is Turning Point. To everybody who's never tuned in, this is the thing that everybody's been waiting for Bill DeMott to do, talk wrestling. And like everything else, I'm going to keep it nice and easy. And every once in a while, you're going to throw a shot or two. But not a shot to piss people off, because there's enough shows out there that are contradicting wrestling and tearing wrestling apart, whether it's WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, all that shenanigans. I'm here to talk wrestling, and I get to talk it with guys and girls that I either have met, have worked with, or I want to meet or would want to work with. And today is no obsession. No, what is the freaking word?
Exception.
And that's why he's on the show. No exception. I've talked to AJ Kirsch from Tough Enough. I've talked to Marty the Moth from Tough Enough, and now at Lucha Underground. I've talked with Mickey James and Nick Aldis. I've talked with Mandy Leone and Tessa Blanchard, third generation. And now today, for everybody who hasn't read my book, where the hell is my book? My book is here somewhere, and you got to buy my book. And I talk about this kid, and I'm going to say kid. He's a grown man. He's a doctor. He's a brainiac. He's brilliant, and he's still out there. And we're going to talk about this because this blows my mind. Him and I had a conversation, and there's a smile on his face because he knows I'm going to ask him about it. My buddy, my friend, I've known him since he's 2 years old, or closer to 15.
I think 12 or 13.
12 or 13. God, I wish it was 15, because 12 or 13 makes me older. So here it is. And this, come to find out, this is the first podcast for this WCW, WWF veteran and friend of mine who is still doing it today. And we're going to talk about all this. But let me welcome first Chris Crowbar Ford. Chris, welcome to the BDE.
Thanks so much, Bill. Awesome to be here. As you said, this is my first podcast ever.
I don't understand how that happened.
I don't know. It just does. You know, life gets busy, and just never been really asked to do a podcast. And when you mentioned it, I go, how appropriate that a guy that has done so much for me is really instrumental in everything that I've done in and out of the ring. Made me a way better person, and we could get more into that as time goes by. I would not be here or have done as all the things that I've gotten to do had it not been for you. Just doing great, and it's an honor to be on here.
It's unbelievable. So we're talking about all these things, and now I have to say, because I think I'm dating, I have no problem telling the world, for all the people who are locked in closets that aren't up on everything I do on the internet, you know how the internet loves me. I'm 50 years old. But I met you when you were 14, 13?
I either in a 13, 14 time frame in there somewhere. I just turned 42 now, so you do the math there and kind of figure it out.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
To me, you're still to catch everybody up, and I want you to cut me off whenever you see it. Bob Bonham's gym, East Rutherford.
Still going there.
Still going there. Every time I'm up that way, whether I visit my brother or not, I try to get at least one workout in the gym. It's in the same place by the railroad tracks. I'm still waiting to bump into Jimmy Powers. It hasn't happened yet.
He's actually moved to Florida, I believe, a few months ago.
Oh, he's down my way.
He moved back down your way, yeah.
Well, I'm sure him and I will cross paths. Jersey boys always seem to do that.
Yeah.
But I met you, and you. A lot of people have better recall than I do, but I was working out in the gym, and
gigantic mountain of a man with bleach blonde, slick back hair, and just you look like you don't want to be bothered by nobody. You had a nasty look, and this went on for months. And I was in awe, and there was a picture on the wall, an 8x10, you with like a bow tie
Big
and like
Sweet
a vest,
William.
Big Sweet Williams. And I put two together. I go, I think that's that guy there. But he, I'm at that point, I'm just a fan. I'm 13, whatever, 12 to 14. And I'm like, this guy looks nasty. And I'm kind of afraid to talk to him. And then one day I just got up with enough courage to come up, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah. And but I always say that's fun because it's a constant conversation in my house and in every interview. When people look at me, they think, man, he's pissed off. And I'm very rarely pissed off. It's just the face that God gave me.
Yeah.
But it keeps away some people, and then it keeps away some good people.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't give up, because you and I have been, man, we've been up and down. You're 42. We're together 28 years. My whole career.
That's crazy.
My whole wrestling career, I've known you, and I've watched you, lack of a better term, I've watched you grow up. I've watched you follow your dreams. I've watched you make other dreams and all these things. And the funny conversation, the best conversation I've ever had is the one I listened to when you've told people that I told you I wouldn't talk to you about wrestling until what?
Made sure you finished up school and all that other. You said, I remember one of our first conversations, we were speaking about wrestling, and me being a fan, I was asking about all the TV stuff, and just hats off to you. You were so cordial. In hindsight, I probably was the most annoying fan, Mark, whatever you want to call it. I mean, being a man and in the gym now, I can picture you're just trying to squeeze in a workout, get your shit done, and you got this 14-year-old pipsqueak asking you a million questions about what's going on the TV, and you answered everything. You worked out and talked and told me, but you were always very encouraging of me pursuing the dream. But I was one of the first things I asked you is, what can I expect? And one of the first things he said was absolutely nothing from the business. He goes, pursue it, expect nothing, but make sure you get an education, because it's really not the most secure profession to be going into. I'll help you out in any way I can. I'm paraphrasing now, but some of the effect is make sure you take care of your schooling, and once you do that, I'll help you out in any way I can. And that's what you did. And then, so we're an absolute angel, bro. Thank you so much.
No, because we're talking about 28 years ago, and you were 14 years old, and you were a kid. If it was a 29-year-old guy busting my onions in the gym, because then I was jacked up on Mountain Dew, and I was in the gym, and I loved the gym, and I was bigger than I am now.
Gigantic. Gigantic.
And I was focused on trying to become that guy. But you were a young kid who had more knowledge of the business that I was still breaking into than I did. So talking to you was just like talking to a younger brother or anything like that. But you were consistent, and that's what drew me to you as a person. Like, you weren't just one of those guys, hey, ba 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 ba, like the cartoon, right? The kid comes out of nowhere and he talks to somebody, and then you never see him again. The guy goes, what the hell was that? Like, that became our thing, though.
Yeah. That
became our thing. And then it became other guys, like Moraldo was there. And as all you young cats were coming up, that was a group of guys that I wanted to be around. So then when we actually had the opportunity, fast forward, to travel a little bit in Jersey and go to these shows and make some of the most unbelievable car rides ever.
Yes.
And then get to do it. The end game here is, tell people who don't know what you do now and what your title is.
I am a physical therapist, and I own Raising the Bar Rehab and Fitness in East Rutherford. We've been a company probably about 5.5 years. It's a physical therapy practice. It's myself, 3 other full-time therapists, 2 part-time therapists, and a great gal at the front desk, receptionist. My wife works out of our facility as well. She's a registered dietitian. Oddly enough, I met her in the business, which blows my mind that we met in the business and we still have a very successful marriage. And that's what I'm doing now. the place is doing outstanding. We've grown and grown and grown, thank God. And just recently, I've got right back out there with the independents, just because call me a Mark. I friggin' love it, and
yeah, I mean,
I love it.